Good morning, everyone. It's Friday morning, September 2nd. Uh, what is this? September 2nd, 2016. And I just wanted to say a little something about um, this whole Colin Kaepernick quote unquote situation, which really should be no situation at all. That's for starters. It should be no situation at all. But I wanted to, put my 2 cents in a respectful and respectable way. Um, the first thing that I wanted to say about it is that, I completely respect those who disagree with Colin Kaepernick choosing to sit down for the national anthem, who disagree with it respectfully, and who um, feel like that's not the way that he should be expressing his grievances. Whether that's right or wrong is subjective. Um, but those who uh, respectfully disagree with that choice, I have no problem with, man. You know, that's what this whole thing is about. The right to express oneself however we want, as guaranteed by the Constitution. And so, I have no argument with people who take issue with it and respectfully disagree. Uh, what I do have a problem with is people who, and you know who you are. This video is definitely going out directly to a certain group of people who disagree with Colin Kaepernick's choice to sit down during the national anthem. Um, those of you who have gone way out there and called him a disrespectful piece of shit, uh, those of you who are looking for him to, be disciplined for it and would like to see him, basically fall off the face of the planet because you disagree with his choice. This video's for you. Um, there's a big difference between disagreeing with something that a person does to express their um, displeasure about the actual actual inequality that we still have in the United States with respects to black folks and people of color, um, and attacking someone's humanity. So these people are the people that I'm talking to. Those of you who have chosen to attack his humanity, you're not even attacking the issue. You're attacking his humanity, and that's wholly different than people who simply feel like, I wish he wouldn't have chose that to express his displeasure over inequality. I can dig that, but when you attack someone's humanity, calling them a piece of shit and basically wanting to see them uh, be out of the league or whatever the case may be, wherever that person is in their professional life, because you disagree with what they've done, that's a whole nother level of hatred. That's really an expression of hatred. That ain't about um, the Constitution. That ain't about the flag. That's hatred coming through, and and it's typical. It's typical of people who really have not confronted their own level of racism yet, to do that and then try to deflect. Try to deflect. Well, it's disrespectful to the veterans. It's disrespectful to the flag. It's disrespectful to this, as if your hatred is then validated and you don't have to acknowledge your hatred because you're deflecting it off onto these other things. This video is for you. Um, I I wish I could say that there is no racial inequality anymore, but that's just not the case. I mean, you have to be asleep not to notice it. But here's the key. Those who have not worked enough on their own internal racism will never be able to see that because they desperately want to believe that we live in a post-racial America. They want to believe in that so desperately that nothing that you could put in front of them, they could be walking down the street with another black person. I really believe this. They could be walking down the street with another black person, have a cop pull up, shoot them in the head, and probably ask themselves, well, damn, what did that person do? They must have done something in the past that brought that on. They had to have done something, you know. Um, this video is for you. Uh, the real truth of the matter is that there's certainly a group of people in our nation, white people, and again, this is not all white people, but there's certainly a group of white people in our country that just want black people to shut up, to just go away. They just don't want to hear it anymore. They want to believe in this post-racial America fantasy so bad that anytime a black person or the person of color steps up, and but particularly black people, this is particularly about black folks. We are the itch that y'all just can't seem to scratch. You know, we just won't go away, and it's driving you crazy. And I understand that. It's driving you crazy because in order for you to hang on to that fantasy, you can't keep hearing this stuff from people. You can't keep seeing what you're seeing in the news and make sense of that cognitively. You know, that's what we call cognitive dissonance. You know what the truth is, but you don't want to acknowledge the truth, and it's driving you crazy. It's a psychosis of sorts, and I feel bad for you, you know, because that must be really, really hard to deal with. So anyway, again, like I said, you know, for people, for my white brothers and sisters out there who disagree with him respectfully and aren't attacking his humanity, right on. I got no issue with that. For the rest of you, at least try and to be non-chicken shit enough to admit that you're coming from a place of hatred. And that's got nothing to do with the issue of whether or not somebody sits or stands for the Pledge of Allegiance or the Star Spangled Banner or what have you. This is about hatred, and it's clear in your words. And the funny thing about it is that those of you who are responding that way, you're actually proving the man's point. So thank you. You're actually proving the man's point. Anyway, God bless everyone, even those that I'm upset with. God bless everyone, because I believe at the end of the day that we have to rise to a greater level of enlightenment around all these issues and recognize that we're all one people. But until then, people are going to still have to stand up and raise hell and do what we have to do to get there. You know, I will not be silent. You know, for those of you who want to delete me after you read this, that's fine. I'm cool with it. You know, I'm attacking no one. I'm just demonstrating the plain truth, and it is what it is. So, outside of that, man, I support Colin Kaepernick's choice to express himself the way to peacefully express himself. That's key. I support his choice to peacefully express himself, and I personally, I stand for the flag because I believe in what it's supposed to mean in our country. And I believe that we can still get there. But I also know we ain't there. But I do believe that we can get there. So that's my 2 cents. Love and blessings, everybody. Hope y'all have a great day, and peace out.